up? Oh, darn it. We said hi at the same time. Go for it. You do it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to 'Cause I Said So.
Her name is Kim. Say my name's Kim.
My name's Content.
Content, last name Kim.
You are who?
Alex.
Just Alex.
Just Alex. Dun, dun, dun. People on Twitter today were commenting. So did you read some of the tweets people were tweeting back to you? They're like, Mrs. Bennett. And I'm like, why do people not realize? At this point, I have been married to a man, which means, well, it doesn't matter who you're married to, but nonetheless, my name has changed. My last name's Bennett, but it used to be Hodges. Therefore, Kim's last name is Hodges.
Well, yeah, just the common sense of that whole thing, because they're kind of like, the stuff that they say, they're like, I bet Mr. Bennett likes that. And I'm like, okay, that just is creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy because to us, that's Graham's dad. But to me, my dad's Mr. Hodges.
That's right.
But I think the thing is, we just call you first name Content, last name Kim.
Mm-hmm.
And then we call dad Joe. And so we don't really use a lot of last names.
Except for just Alex Bennett.
Yeah, I use my last name. That's true. So everyone thinks your last name's Bennett, but it's not.
There's a whole lot of double standards around here.
What name one double standard? What does that even mean?
We don't use last names around here, but you use your last name.
Oh, that is a double standard.
Yeah, we don't talk about Michael or we don't talk about my son or anybody else in my family, but you can.
Because you provide, even just then, it's terrible context.
Okay,
you tell 1/9 of the story and then assume everybody else is going to get it, and they might not.
You have to help me with that, Alex.
I try to help you with that, but right now the best way I can help you is to ban you from talking about it.
It's a double standard.
For the sake of the listeners' ears. So their ears don't fall off out of confusion of what we're talking about.
Okay, I want everyone who doesn't understand anything I'm talking about to always DM me.
No, it's too broad.
No, it's not. Like anytime you go, wow, that didn't make any sense. Let's DM Kim.
If it doesn't make sense, I'm not putting it out there. I've had it.
But
I'm done with
maybe you don't get it, Alex.
Maybe. You know what? Maybe that's what it is, Mom. Maybe it's me.
Maybe there's a world of people with quick minds, ADD minds that can go everywhere really quick and catch up and follow what I say sometimes. And I know that a lot of the times what I say does not make sense or flow, but I try really hard.
Okay, even that whole fight, like you just pit yourself against each other. Like you just argued 3 different sides of an argument. Okay, but let's talk about your name, Content, Kim, because I remember, do you remember where we were when you got the name?
Oh, God.
Okay, so I'll paint the picture for you. There's palm trees. We're in LA. We're at the Pink and Green Hotel, okay? We find a drink there that we absolutely love. Do you remember it?
Yes, but I can't remember what it's called.
It's some version of like a tequila martini meets margarita, okay? It's a little sweet, but you don't get a hangover from it, we decided. So we're having like 75 of these a day. Mom-daughter trip, it's a blast. This is last year, so at this moment, I've just begun making TikToks of Kim. We're laying in bed, post 75 of these tequila meets margarita meets martini drink, which I will post on my story as to what this drink is. Anyways, we had a ton of those and we're laying in bed and I was like, Content Kim. I was like, we should call you Content Kim, both with K's, but of course this username is going to be taken, so I'm probably not going to be able to do it, and I'll have to put like a 1 after your name. I got on Instagram and it was available. It was available on Instagram, it was available on TikTok, and we got it on Twitter. So I was like, this is meant to be, and that's where you became Content Kim, right?
That's right. I do remember it. Mm-hmm.
You do now.
I do now. I mean, it just takes my brain a little jarring to get going.
Okay, well, no, that's fair. I would love to go on a mother-daughter trip, and I would love to see the palm trees. But before we talk about that, quick pause for a Mamitas ad. Mamitas is, oh gosh, Mom and I are obsessed with it. It's probably better than the drink I was just referring to. It's a hard seltzer tequila made with real tequila, and it comes in 4 different flavors. What are the flavors, Mom?
Paloma, mango, grapefruit, and lime.
It has less than 1 gram of sugar, 95 calories, and less than 2 carbs. You can get it on drinkmamitas.com, Gopuff, or as always, we'll link the store locator. But I am telling you, we're batting 100% for people loving Mamitas.
Yes, and I made a Mamitas Club special, and it was really good.
Yeah, if you need a little bit of lime in your drink, throw it in any drink.
Like the lime you can use instead of 7-Up if you don't want it to be really sweet.
Yes, it's so good. So go get your Mamitas because it's perfect. The weather's turning, and Mamitas is the most refreshing cocktail that you can find.
And all of a sudden, I've been on this mode of mixing tequila with vodka and also vodka with gin. Because after I've been making these cocktails, they're so good.
Yum.
Yeah,
How's that been faring for you the next day? Fine?
fine. Because I don't drink very much. I mean, I drink one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to the show. All right. So today, Mom, we're going to do your boomer move and then we're going to draw topics out of the cup. So let's start off with your boomer move.
Yeah, I think my boomer move is derailing the conversation when we're all in a family thing. Like when we went to dinner the other night, you and Michael just started talking over me like I wasn't there because it was like a better conversation.
Oh my God.
That's a boomer move.
That's victim Kim.
Oh, God.
I call that victim Kim. She
That's
said,
not victim
no,
Kim.
you've been doing this lately. So
Oh my God, I am not playing a victim or acting like a victim or saying victim words.
victim mentality. Let me tell the story.
God.
So this past weekend, Mom and I were home for Easter, and we went out to eat at this restaurant in Oklahoma City called Teller's. It's wonderful. It was an old bank. It's in the First National Bank, and they've redone it. Now it's a restaurant. It's very cool.
How long has it been there?
Like 5 days.
No, the bank.
Oh, how long's the bank been there? 1932. 1932, Graham. It's giving me hand signals in the corner of a 3 and a 2. 1932, the bank's been there. It's awesome. Anyways, we're sitting down to eat, and Kimmy pulls up her menu, and she looks at me, and she's like, I wish I could have the pizza, and like slumps her shoulders over. And I was like, what about all the other things on the menu that you can have? They didn't put the pizza on the menu to attack you when you sat down because you're lactose intolerant. Fast forward 10 minutes, Kim orders the pizza.
With the kind of cheese that I can have.
Parmesan cheese she can have. They were more than happy to accommodate it. It was really good.
It was, and I didn't feel bad the next day.
Do you remember the First National Bank? Like, this place is pretty cool because the Marriott, like the head of Marriott even came and toured it and said, this place is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have stuff like that in OKC. So what are your thoughts on it?
No, it's amazing. I mean, it kind of reminded me of like Grand Central Station, something here that's really old, but we don't have that in Oklahoma very much. The building itself, like, it's beautiful. The ceilings were beautiful. The architecture's beautiful. They left all the teller stands there, like for the restaurant, the teller, so you could see where the bank tellers came. And then they had a place for guards to stand up above and watch because that was back in the days of bank robberies.
It's cool when they preserve the original architecture
Mm-hmm.
and then like update it, modernize it, but an ode to the character. And this place did a fabulous job for that. I was like shocked. I was actually floored.
No, it was, and also, so we do not have very many things like this in Oklahoma City. And so this is a huge thing for us. Like, it's a great place to go. It had a great bar, great restaurant. It's going to have a speakeasy bar. And I mean, it's pretty cool for Oklahoma City.
The whole time my dad was sitting at dinner, he's like, this is what we need to be promoting. Like, you can fly on a direct flight from New York to Oklahoma City and stay at this hotel.
And the most important thing about that building was what? It was an architect, the same architect who did the Empire State Building.
And it looks
Inspired
like
by
it.
Yeah.
It looks like a mini Empire State Building in Oklahoma. Okay, I have to say this. My dad thinks there are so many similarities between Oklahoma and New York City. He calls it the Little Apple.
It's true. I mean, everything he says makes sense. It's so true. We have a bombing. There's only 2 cities in the United States that have those, right?
Morbid start, but yes.
Yes, okay. And then now we have the Little Empire State Building.
Well, we've had that since 1932, but we just realized it.
No, he knew it, but he did. Now they've redone it, and it's worth going into.
What else? We got to have
We
more
have
than
a park, a big park,
2. Oh, nobody else has that.
a memorial.
Truth.
And oh my gosh, he's got a whole list of things.
We'll get the list and bring it to you.
Yeah,
Okay, so it was really fun being home, Mom. Did you enjoy being home?
I did. I'm going to say this. He's very proud of where he's from in his city, and I think that's important for everyone who lives and has grown up in their city. You should be proud of where you live.
Even if you didn't grow up in your city and you left, I think you should also be equally as proud of where you're from.
Right. Okay.
Because it plays such a huge part of your life. Like going home, Graham and I were playing music, packing. Like I was so excited to go home. I love going home. Not even just seeing people, but it's just like the second the plane lands, I'm like, yes, I feel like revived.
I didn't notice that difference when you lived in California, like when I come home, like from when I visit you and then go home. But when I come back from New York City and get there, it's a huge difference.
But you're staying up here. Like you basically live here at this point. You've been here way more than home lately. So for the first time in your life, you probably feel that appreciation all over again because you're leaving more. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Always appreciate where you came from. Do you want me to draw one of these, Mom?
I thought you just drew.
Are you done responding to me? Okay, here we go. Attire.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Uh-huh.
Because you dressed
Oh,
me
that's
for
right. We
our
went there.
you dressed me for our night out in OKC.
Yes, and you looked so cute.
I have to say, I actually thought I did look cute.
Well, you mixed it with a really you kind of put it together cute. It was two of my things I didn't put together before. I'd worn it separately, and when you put it together, it looked really cute. Also, you were wearing it, and so it looked really cute on you.
Everything looks just as cute on you as it does on me. But, mother, where were your shoes from? I'm going to make people listen to this podcast if they want to know where Kim's pointed toe cream shoes are from.
Those were really pretty. Manalo Blahnik.
It's
Did I say that
They
right?
were Jimmy Choo.
Oh, they were?
Yep. I checked the tag.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
I don't think so, but okay.
Oh, they could be Manolo.
Yeah, they are.
Darn, now I'm going to have to link it. And you're going to have to go from the Insta story to the podcast back to the Insta story. Pretty sure that she's right.
Yeah, I'm right.
Okay, Mom, where else do you shop? Give us two places that you would say you shop a lot, because I also on Easter wore your pink little cardigan and people loved that. Where was that from?
That was from Moda Operandi. So at home, I shop online all the time. We do have some great stores, but I generally just shop online because it's easier for me.
What about here in the Big Apple? Where are you shopping?
I thought it'd be really easy to go hit everything and to go to Saks, and everything seems to be just kind of a hassle. So I like to go to like Veronica Beard and places like that where they're the small shops in Soho. But other than that, I think I like to order from Neiman's and Moda Operandi.
If I gave you $1,000 and I said you have to spend it in one spot, where are you spending it?
I'm either going to spend it on Neiman's or I'm going to go to Veronica Beard.
Ooh, love that.
I like a lot of her stuff this season. You know, each season they all have a new line, and I really like hers this year.
Okay, I think that's a fabulous transition.
I guess I could say theirs. It's two girls. Veronica Beard is two girls.
Is it Veronica and Beard?
They're both Veronicas, and I think they're like in-laws or something.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Where do you shop, Alex?
Oh, fabulous question, Mother. I love to shop. Okay, I have found, by me I mean Graham Bennett has found world's most phenomenal sweatsuit. It's by Amy Leon Dore. I butchered it. I think it's more pronounced like Amy Leon Dore. This sweatsuit slaps, for lack of a better term. It couldn't fit better. Size down. They also make sweat shorts. It's so cute. I got them in 3 colors. But when I find a good sweatsuit that will last, I will get that sweatsuit. Like, I will buy multiple of them, because I used to like Kith, and I still love Kith, but they were doing patterns, and you can't wear patterns all day, every day. And so Amelie Andor, I'm obsessed with them. So right now I shop there. And I also love Revolve, because there is something to be said for simplicity of returning something. It arrives in one day and then you can send it back. So I love shopping at Revolve.
Okay, wait. Was it Revolve that just did the mini Coachella that totally flunked? Wow.
Yes.
That was not good.
Kim, can we get a to you for knowing that?
I actually read Erica's newsletter. That's how I knew it.
Ah, love that. You guys should subscribe.
Now you should tell them what it is.
I actually don't know.
Oh, they tried to do, so they were doing it beside Coachella, only different. And they were going to have like Post Malone and other people perform. And they sent invitations to all of these Instagram influencers, or just influencers everywhere, I guess. And when they got there, they were like waiting in lines forever. People were passing out from heat because there was no cover or anything. Sometimes the buses were so full, they waited for an hour, and then they would just be like, okay, whoever didn't get on the bus, you leave. Like, it was a very bad experience.
No, that's terrible.
Terrible for Revolve.
Oh, okay. You hate to hear it.
Hate to hear
They
it.
do have nice returns.
Okay, that matters a lot.
And it matters. Mom, would you go to Coachella?
If I had like someone who knew it really well that was going, major VIP tent that I could stay cool in, and someone who and a lot of people that I like to listen to,
Yeah.
I would go. Now, how many days is it?
I don't know, 3 days? I don't know much about it. I've never been. I think
It would be fun to go to, but maybe a day.
I used to want to go. Like, I used to be like, oh my gosh, I would love to go to Coachella. I actually got tickets last year, but then couldn't go because of COVID, because they canceled it or postponed it. Canceled it until this year. But this is the first year I'm like, wait, I actually have no desire to be at that. I don't know what that is.
Well, what was the one that they did a couple of years ago that was for the older people that Paul McCartney was at and some other people?
Well,
I don't think they did it, but that one year.
an older person. Nothing like ageism than having an old person
No.
music festival.
Well, we had a friend that went, and they said it was awesome.
I bet it was incredible. Okay, K-Bones, let's get into Mother's Day.
Okay.
So, what are your thoughts on Mother's Day? And then I'll tell you my top 3 gifts for you.
Okay, thoughts like getting together with your family, thoughts on my gifts, thoughts on what?
Thoughts like THOTS. You know what that is? Thoughts.
Yeah, but I mean, which ones? I have a lot of thoughts and you know it.
Okay.
Did you spell it wrong?
Yes. Well, I was spelling an urban
Yeah, I know.
an urban dictionary word.
Okay.
Okay. What are your
Oh, does that mean something else?
but what are your thoughts?
Does that mean what? Tell me what it means. I
What does it
forgot.
mean?
It's like it's like a dirty word.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, a thought that I spelled is a woman who has many casual sexual encounters or
Okay, but it's
relationships.
got what's the acronym? It sounds for something.
It does sound for something.
I mean, stand for something.
Oh, thirsty hoe over there. Thirsty hoe over there. So Kim's got a lot of thoughts.
Oh, it's THOT.
THOT.
Yes.
Thirsty hoes over there.
I had a friend that kept texting that. Your thoughts? What are your thoughts in this group text? And I told her what that meant. And I think she was like, "Well, screw you."
What are your Mother's Day thoughts?
My Mother's Day THOTs.
Yeah, how many that hose over there is Granny. Poor Granny. She didn't deserve to go down like this.
She doesn't. No, so I think that you should always at least talk to or try to see your mom if you're in the same town. If not, send her a card and do all that ahead of time.
Oh.
But I do think it is hard when my kids were little, and then you want to have Mother's Day for yourself, and yet you have to go see your mother and sometimes your mother-in-law. That can be a really busy day. So it's kind of not like you get to hang out and relax. Yet on Father's Day, I don't know if this is like this for everyone, but my husband will say, "This is my day, and I am doing what I want to do. So I'm hanging out, and you can go see your dad if you want." But on Mother's Day, it was like a group thing. So when you all were little, my mom didn't live in the same state, so that part was easy. I could just call her and send her something. We would do me in the morning, and then we'd always go over to Joe's family in the evening. And I did enjoy that because it was fun to get together with everybody.
Wait, so you're saying Mother's Day became a burden because it used to be or never was. You wanted it to be your day with the kids when we were little because we would celebrate you, but then you found yourself at your mother-in-law's house and your mom's house. It's kind of like Mother's Day became a bit of a burden.
A little bit, but since my mom wasn't here, it made it easy. If I had to do all three, that'd be a big day.
Yeah, but it's like all the moms need love.
That's right.
So what do you do?
Well, I think you just try to as many years as you can, try to get everybody together. And then there's those years when, like, it's worse if you have divorced parents, I think, and they're remarried. And then you have to go, because then I'd have to go. I did go see my stepmom a lot.
Could you do one the night before? Like if it's on Sunday, is it always on? It's always on Sunday. Could you do like Saturday day one mom, Saturday night one mom, and then Sunday one mom? Or what do you think?
I think that's a good idea.
Do you have any advice on that?
No, I think that's a great idea.
Would you
And as
rather?
a grandmother, I'd be fine having everybody over Saturday.
Oh, as a grandmother, it is gonna be skip me. It is Kim's day. It is gonna be like
Alex.
skip me. My kids. Kim's gonna be like, where are my babies? This is I birthed you, and then you birthed them. Therefore, if it weren't for me, this day wouldn't be here. Yeah, so I'll just, it'll be equivalent to Christmas.
No, I'll tell you what. There's nothing better for little kids. You guys would get so excited, and you do breakfast in bed every morning. I mean, every Mother's Day morning.
Yes,
And it
take
was
your
such a
mom.
huge deal. No, you guys were so excited.
That's so cute. Okay. That's what I was gonna ask you. Was your favorite gift growing up from us? But it was that.
Breakfast in bed.
So
Always. It was always so cute.
if you have little kids, you should totally do this. Dad, get in there with the pancake mix, the bacon, whatever mom likes. You and the kiddos make the breakfast and then take it to mom in bed and you all get in bed with her and eat and you'll never forget it.
Because do you remember it?
Of course I remember it.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But let's do this. Gifts. Okay, I'll just tell you guys my top 3 gifts that I either have or would get for Kim.
Okay.
Okay, eye patches. I hold these close to my heart and do not reveal where they're from because no free ads. But for Mother's Day, I'll tell you because I think your mom deserves these. And I'm going to make everybody come listen to the podcast to know where they're from. They're the Peter Thomas Roth cucumber. They got to be the cucumber ones, the green ones, and you leave them in the refrigerator.
But wait, I like the gold ones.
Kim loves the gold ones. I've tried the gold ones, the hydrating. The gold ones are a little more expensive. They have those blue ones that are hydrating, and they have the green ones. I think the green ones stay on your eyes better. You can also, people get into which way should you wear the eye patches. You can wear them either way. If you have bags under your eyes, put the big part under your eyes. If you have crow's feet, flip them and put the big part by your crow's feet.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be the first thing I'd get you.
Okay. I like that.
The second gift I would get you, mom, is your favorite thing for me is when I pick you out, like a shirt or shoes or something that I think you'd look cute in.
Yes, I love that.
So you could do that for your mom, but I think you have to tell them that. She'd be like, "I got you this shirt because I thought it would look so cute on you. I wanted you to have it."
Yeah. And you do word it that way, and then I'm like, "Oh, she thinks it'd be cute on me," and then I want it.
And then she wears it all the time.
Yeah, I do.
And then in a pinch when you're over at your mom's house, and you don't have anything to wear,
You can
you get to
borrow
wear
it.
that shirt. And then you can take it home with you, and then you got yourself a shirt.
Yeah,
Just give
that's
it a
how
month.
works.
That's exactly how that works.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so if you're a guy and you're like, "What do I get my mom?" You say would you want Michael to pick you out a shirt?
Who's Michael?
Your
Oh,
son.
yeah. No, I do like when Michael picks out shirts or workout stuff or shoes. I just like to see what they pick out and give me.
What's something simple though? Actually, you know what I think simple? Get the eye patches. If you're a
Yeah,
guy,
if you're a guy and you don't have a sister already buying the eye patches, get the eye patches.
yeah, Amazon. They're like $42. They're awesome. Tell her to leave them in the fridge. I think that's a great gift.
Yeah. But if your mom's not like a beauty person and doesn't love those, although once you start wearing them, you'll get it.
Okay, we're also gonna have a sweatsuit drop and coffee mugs and a crop top that say "Call your mom." And let me tell you what, all of you have to get your mom and yourself that because it's a reminder to call your mother.
Yes, that's good.
I think that's the best.
Uh-huh.
These sweatsuits, they're so sick. I can't wait for them to drop. They actually drop. This drops Wednesday. The sweatsuits will be released on Thursday.
Yay.
We've been designing these for a really long time. So hashtag call your mom. Right, mom?
That's right. Call your mom. So if you can't see her, you got to at least call her that morning. Don't be slacking and doing it later in the day.
Call her first thing.
Yeah.
Okay, mom, I drew Friends. What do you want to say about Friends?
Well, I was listening to this thing that said that good friendship can rewire your brain. So, like, meaning somebody who's a really supportive friend who's listening to you and like you're connecting with, that can rewire your brain. Like, if you have anxiety or like limiting beliefs about yourself or something, and you're talking to a good friend who is capable of listening to you and saying what your qualities are, that can like help rewire your brain to stop having limiting beliefs, or if you're really depressed about certain things, if you talk through it with a good friend, I think that's really great.
Wait, so this is funny. You're tying in a couple subjects because I was going to ask you about dealing with anxiety, but are you saying call a friend that's positive and that will help lift your spirits as well?
That listens to you. So they get what you're saying and they're like, yeah, but you know what? I always thought you were good at this. Or instead of saying, well, when I have that problem, this is what I do, like really listening to you.
I got to be honest. I don't think I have any friends that turn the conversation to them.
I love that. You're lucky.
Yeah. So speaking of anxiety, I was posting about how I have anxiety and somebody said, "I want to hear about Kim's advice for that." I got to say this though. I'm not using anxiety as a buzzword here. I'm having like my dad finally saw it while I was home because one time I got so overwhelmed that I just ended up sitting in the chair and I was just pouring down tears and he's like, "How do you feel?" And I said, "Overwhelmed, anxious, and a little depressed, and now I feel like something that should feel like a sprinkle of water on me feels like a wave, like a tsunami hit me, and I can't handle it." It was as simple as making a plan and I was so overwhelmed and upset that I just started bawling. And then once I was crying, I was upset that I couldn't handle it. And I was upset that I was crying. Then I was crying even harder because I was like, I've been doing this so often. Why? And then I was being mean to myself. And I was like, why can't you get it together? Why can't you control these things? Why do you have to get so depressed? And then I get mean to myself. And then it completely spirals out of control.
And what dad say?
Dad said, "I don't know what depressed or anxious or overwhelmed feels like. You're going to have to give me more words to describe those things."
And what'd you say?
I said it goes like this. It starts out with anxiety and it's little things that they start feels like little flutters in my chest and they start to pop off and it's like I can't focus on things and it starts out with 3 of them and then it starts out with 5 of them and then there's 10 of them in my chest and let's say I'm standing in my room and it's like your room is messy. Did you do that last Instagram post? And all these little things start to pop up in me and then from there I tank immediately to depression. And I'm just like, what's the point? Why? You're terrible at all this. And it's like depression mixed with mean things. And then it's like, why? Have you ever asked yourself, what's it all for? And then I go to that. And then if I'm having a good day, I could stop it there. But typically what happens is it keeps going and it turns into what I call the tsunami wave, where I get upset that I'm depressed and I'm like, why can't you be happy? Why can't you be better at all of these things? And then I just lose it and I go spiral downhill from there.
And what did he say?
He said he's like, you have got to get your confidence back. He was like, you got to look in the mirror and know who you are and ignore all the other noise. And you have to say, okay, I'm Alex and I know who's looking back at me. And what anybody else says, all these other thoughts in my head, any of it, I don't care. And that was actually really helpful.
Did you do it?
I've been trying to do it, yeah.
But do you think sometimes when you get real anxious that what you were trying to decide that night was pretty simple? It was like go or not go kind of thing, but you were overwhelmed. So do you think sometimes if you push through that a little bit and make yourself do a few things you don't that will bring you joy that you're just kind of like I'm too stressed to make my mind up about it, it helps?
yeah, the problem was I was supposed to go to dinner with one of my best friend. She was the maid of honor in my wedding and her husband. I know them very well. I should be able to go to this dinner. If there's one dinner I can go to, it should be this one.
Mhm.
And I was like, I can't be social. I can't go to the dinner. Can I go to the dinner? And then it was like, why wouldn't you go to the dinner? You made the plan. Follow through and go to the dinner. And then
And then the other side of yourself was I just want to stay here and not do anything because I'm too tired and I don't feel good.
I felt fine. It's just that I was kind of telling myself like you're not worth it to go to the dinner. And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that's not really like you. That's hard.
It's so not like me. That's how dad knew. Dad was like, "Where is your confidence? Like what is the deal?" I went to the dinner and I left and I was like, "Graham, I'm so happy." We sat there and had a 3-hour long conversation. It was awesome. I've never regretted it when I do go.
Yeah.
The next morning, I went and saw another one of my friends and her baby and her husband, and it was awesome. I left and I was like, I'm so happy I went. But before I went, I mean,
But I think you're here in New York without a lot of your really close connections. And I think when you're really stressed out and going through all of this, it's hard. And you don't like to pick up the phone and call. And sometimes that's not the same, but it does help.
yeah, I just don't understand why I can't have more fun. Like, if this isn't fun, what's the point? Really, seriously, this is my dream job. I love doing it with you. I do another podcast with Jordan. I love doing that. I love being in New York, but it's like, I just want to let go of the white knuckle grip and have fun.
Well, I don't think that it's like you're really busy. And it's even the little things that you're doing are very busy. Just getting to and from and trying to plan ahead when you're not quite sure what's going on. It's like I'm not planning any more plays because the last time I did that, it's like I don't know if something's going to come up or we have to re-record or whatever. It's hard to plan when you've got this unknown going on all the time, and that causes stress. Like you're not getting any release of enjoying just life.
I know implementing the yoga classes has been the best release.
Yeah.
But I do think too, maybe if we stopped planning as much, like today I woke up and I was like, I just want to go to dinner tonight. Like I want to go out to eat. I had so much fun at home getting dressed, putting on those heels. I haven't worn heels in so long and like I felt pretty.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is so fun to go out and we're in New York where there couldn't be more restaurants.
I know we do need to go out more.
And maybe we don't plan it though. Maybe it is moments like today where we wake up and we're like, let's go eat.
It's probably easy for 2 or 3 to sit at the bar and not have to make a reservation ahead of time.
That's definitely true.
Yeah. So we'll do
Um,
that.
The other thing though is I cut coffee.
Hopefully that'll help.
Yeah, Sunday morning I wasn't going to do it. But everyone kept saying, "Coffee, cut the coffee, it'll help your anxiety." And I'm like, it's one part of my day that brings me so much joy.
It does.
Like, I love it.
What about decaf coffee?
I've been chugging it, not chugging it. I've just been getting one large decaf a day, and that's been nice.
Yeah.
I wake up and I have tea. Okay, so I woke up Sunday morning and I wasn't going to be like, I'm quitting coffee today because what if I couldn't do it? Or what if I wanted to do one cup, you know?
Uh-huh.
And so I made it Monday, or I made it Sunday and Monday. And then today I was like, all right, I've cut coffee. It's day 3. I'm cutting it. I feel good, but I just wonder at what point does the natural energy start to.
I think it takes a little bit. I don't think that's going to be overnight. And you have to drink a lot of water.
Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of water.
Yeah. Like in the afternoon.
Yeah.
When you kind of have that downtime, like that 3 o'clock coffee. I also think it helps to have when you have a goal or something like that. If you have someone that's an accountability partner or someone that you can share it with, it helps you stay on it more. And it's like you go, I don't know if I'm going to tell anyone in case I fail. That's why you want to tell someone.
That's
And you probably will fall off the wagon a few times, but that's why you tell someone.
No, I wanna have some coffee. I was having, like, 7 cups a day,
That's a lot.
and I would have them around 2 p.m. when I would get tired,
Uh-huh.
and I would always have the days I was drinking a lot of coffee were the days these episodes got really bad,
Okay.
and so I was like, "Are you gonna help yourself? Let's get rid of the coffee."
It's good to notice that you
Yeah,
figured that out.
and so I was like, "It's gotta be cold turkey, though, because 'cause I'm all or nothing." Now in 2 weeks, if I wanna have a cup of coffee, I think, like, I just gotta let myself. If I'm like, "I'm exhausted today."
Yeah, but okay, so if you drink a cup of coffee because you're exhausted, I think that kind of defeats the purpose. That's when you really need to drink water, they say.
Oh, that's good to
Because
know.
it's usually because you're either hungry or thirsty or you need a nap. But
Yeah.
if you just drink coffee, I think that's what affects your adrenal glands and all that. If you drink coffee to stay awake and keep going and use it as a crutch, that's usually because you have something going on that needs addressed.
Oh, that would be okay, that makes sense. I was doing that. I was like, "Let's keep going, we'll just keep drinking coffee." But now, it's just I do feel a lot more clear and entirely less jittery, so it's been nice.
That's good.
I just miss the warm cup in the morning.
Yeah, but hot tea helps.
Oh, the tea's been great and
Yeah.
decafs, like, I look forward to my decaf. Okay, but I have to tell you about these check-in questions I have for the anxiety that have been helping.
Okay.
So I ask myself on a scale of 1 to 10, "How are you feeling?"
Uh huh.
And then I say, "Why are you feeling that way?"
Okay.
And having to answer out loud why I'm feeling that way almost always, like, makes me raise the number 5 points.
Okay. So give an example. So you're really stressed out about what? Something at work?
Okay, so earlier today, I did a check-in when I was just sitting on the couch, and I was like, "How do you feel?" It was a 3. I was about to burst into tears, but I was like, "We got this." So I felt a 3, and I said, "Why do you feel a 3?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "'Cause I have to record this episode, and then I have to go meet Jordan, and it just felt like a lot. Like, that's why I felt like a 3. I couldn't see past this episode, and then knowing I had to meet her overwhelmed me." Okay, once I said that out loud, I was like, "That's not that bad at all.
No.
That's simple. Like, that is so simple." Then I say, "Are you living in the past?" In that case, no, I'm not living in the past. But sometimes the answer is like, "Yes, I'm living in the past because I'm afraid of what I did 5 weeks ago or something." You know? Like, so sometimes the answer is, "Yes, you're living in the past." Then it says, "Are you worried about the future?"
Uh huh.
Most of the time, that answer for me is yes.
Like what?
I'm worried about I wanna make sure I'm doing right by these podcasts. I wanna make sure I'm giving it my all. So I worry about that a lot. I have a hard time seeing when you're in Oklahoma City versus me being here, like, what does that look like? So that, and then I say, "What do you think's gonna happen?" So the first one is how do you feel on a scale of 1 to 10?
Mm-hmm.
The second one is why do you feel that way? Third one is are you living in the past? Fourth is are you worried about the future? 5 is what do you think is going to happen? So then I say, I think I'm just going to live in New York, do these 2 podcasts. Summer's coming. I'm excited about that. Those things. Like,
Things you can kind of grasp and go, that's what's going to happen.
yeah, that's
That's what you know for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the near future. And then the last one is this mine? I love this question because in this case, yes, all of this is mine, but sometimes it's like I'm anxious because I think she's mad at me or she doesn't want me to do XYZ. And it's like, is that mine? It's like, no, that's hers.
Yeah, that's hers.
So I love that last question. And
That is good.
those are my check-ins.
Those are really good check-ins. Like even if you don't even feel that anxious, like that's the Sunday scary check-ins. That would be good to use for Sunday scaries. And then I think a lot of people go when they have a busy day. I've got appointment this tomorrow's just you get all stressed out because you've got 5 appointments in a row, and then you get through with them and you're like, what was I so freaking worried about?
I don't know why we even let ourselves get so stressed.
Because
It's
you
like,
just think
just
it's
show
a
up.
lot. Yeah.
But it's like if you just show up and give those 2 hours your best and then move on to the next block. I'd say
Mhm.
I'm like, I've got 4 blocks of things to do. Show up, give it all you got, move on to the next block, give it all you got.
Yeah.
Right?
And usually once you start in the day, it kind of goes away because you go, oh, I got it. I got the first thing, the second thing. But if you answer those questions, it takes away the anxiety before. So those are good questions.
What is your tip for me though on like getting my confidence back? Like I want to get my I feel like I'm just in a dip and I want to get my confidence back up. What do you say?
I think you've been in a whole lot of unknowns and I mean, first of all, you were thrown in it without any guidance. So you had to start figuring it out from scratch. You've learned a lot from error and trial and error and figuring out which way to go. And then you've had to teach me everything, which has been stressful. So you have had a pretty heavy load. And I think a lot of that probably creates doubt because you're like, you have to be the positive one to push through it. That's a lot of pressure. And then if there's any downtime, any slump in it, like in numbers or whatever, you take that personally and think, shit, I did something wrong, and then you kind of doubt yourself a little bit. But mostly I think it's from being tired and having your stress level so high that your body is just in a total
But not
spin.
but not why I'm not confident, what I can do to change it.
Well, I think if you get your body back on track, like your system working right, that a lot of that will go away.
Yeah.
Because when your body is out of sync and you feel that, it makes you feel anxious. So your wiring and everything's all screwed up.
Right.
So that's how you feel calm, I think. And I mean, like you have your time in the morning and all that. Like when I get away from, for me, it's prayer. If I get away from that, I can feel really out of control.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Well, it used to always be the meditation in the morning, journaling and all that's what kept me mentally sane for the day, but I started having freakouts all the time that I've kind of stopped doing that because I'm like, what's it even helping?
Well, yeah, but so I think that's just in your, like you, I think it's a higher power thing for a lot of people. Some people it's not, but for me it is. Maybe it is for you. I don't know.
Quick pause for a Bird Dog ad. If you're looking to upgrade your man's wardrobe, listen up. Bird Dog sells the best shorts and pants that all the guys and my husband are obsessed with.
They sell gym, khaki shorts, and bathing suits with a built-in silky soft inner liner that never rides up.
All their shorts and pants have zippered pockets big enough for every iPhone size to fit in, and they have 3 different lengths to choose from. They're functional, versatile, and of course, comfortable.
So go to birddogs.com, enter promo code content with a K, and they'll throw in a free Bird Dogs dad hat.
That's birddogs.com, promo code content with the K, and boom, a free Bird Dog hat with your pair of Bird Dogs. Your man, my man especially, is not going to want to take these off.
I promise.
Okay, let's get back into it. Well, Mom, before I start crying, we can move on from anxiety.
Okay.
Probably time to wrap up. I wanted to have a 20-minute episode today, a snackable sized content, but we got away from ourselves and kept chatting.
Yes, we did. So
Without further ado,
we will see you next week.
and speaking of friends, I'm going to go hang out with one of my friends, Jordan.
Yay. What are you going to do?
We're going to take photos and get content for the Mean Girl podcast.
That sounds great.
We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Have an excellent week.
See you next week.